been practicing with my own time. So, good afternoon, Chair Widener, Vice Chair Jones, who's not here, and Ranking Member Skindell, who's not here as well. The members of the Senate Finance Committee, I thank you for giving me the opportunity today to speak with you candidly and personally regarding House Bill 153. I'm a high school social studies teacher at Brookhaven High School in Columbus, Ohio, just up 71 North. It's my first and only teaching assignment. I've taught there since 1988, and I can't imagine teaching anywhere else. For the past 4 months, I wake up each morning at 5 a.m. angry. I go to bed each night, often at 10 or 11, and I'm tired, frustrated, hoarse from talking, sometimes arguing, and then I wake up again the next day angry. And I am angry because of the various pieces of legislation that has been proposed or passed by the Ohio General Assembly that deal with education. This includes the items in House Bill 153 that threaten to change my profession, my calling, my life's work into something much less, a job. Teaching is not what I do, it is who I am. Most importantly, the proposed changes will affect my students. So let's talk about my students. According to ODE's latest state report card, in a class of 30 students at my school, 25 qualify for free or reduced price lunch. 7 of those 30 have transferred from another school during the academic school year. 5 have an identified learning disability, an IEP. And then of the 30, 3 students were learning to read, write, speak English as they were being instructed in it, and then I tested in it. Roughly 1 student in each of the classes was homeless. So some of the proposed solutions that have been included in House Bill 153 that will affect my students, my colleagues, and their students include the K-12 funding decrease that's been touted as a state foundation increase. Now, while the promise has been made that the state will not increase taxes, the truth is that local school districts will have to put levies on the ballot at an ever-increasing rate to make up for the shortfall in state funding. I also take issue with the provision that gives teachers the $50 bonus for students achieving more than 1 year of academic growth. See, just like my previous speaker, who has a different speechwriter than me, it transforms our students from human beings into $50 bills. Why would anybody want to create a situation where a teacher walks into a classroom and instead of seeing students, sees dollar signs over students' heads? Our students are equal human beings and should be treated as people, not profits. I disagree with the section that calls for retesting teachers who teach in core academic areas at a school that is identified as one of the lowest 5% statewide. We've already passed the national test used and selected by the State Department of Education and to establish our subject area competence. Just weighing a pig doesn't make it fatter. I object to the House's inclusion of teacher evaluation provisions from SB 5 into 153. It is at its best disingenuous. At its worst, it is duplicitous, divisive, and devious. The basis of merit pay within the bill as it is proposed is completely without merit. There are many areas where state achievement test scores or growth data cannot be used to inform the evaluation process. How can anyone possibly determine the worth of an art, music, or physical education teacher that inspires and motivates their student to become an artist, a musician, or more physically fit, enriching, changing, and perhaps saving their lives? So for the past 4 years, during National Teachers Day, I have my students pick the best teacher they've ever had. And I have them write a letter and say, thank you, and here's why you're the best teacher I ever had, and they include personal memories. And oftentimes those teachers then write back to my students, and they share stories of when they had them as a student in their classroom. And over the course of those 4 years, I want to tell you that none of the student letters have contained the sentence, thank you for helping me pass the test. Not one. But see, these are the best teachers that these students have ever had. They're the ones that have made their subject come alive to their students, encouraged them, inspired them, thought with them, laughed with them, cried with them. Those are all teacher attributes that cannot be tested, surveyed, or measured. So, Chair Widener and members of the committee, I will be more than happy to answer your questions, and I thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. Appreciate your testimony.
Thank you.